Dularpur, where the Buddha he cuddled a child, and this temple is being mispronounced as Capala. And this is Chak Amla, where the Buddha would stay when he would come to Vaishali. And this is your Dularpur Mutt, and this is the moat, which is the border of the city of Vaishali. So folks, this is Dularpur Mutt, where the Buddha he cuddled the Amra girl, and the Amra girl she presented him the Amra garden, which till today is known as Amra Chak. To how I came to this conclusion that Dularpur is the place where the Buddha cuddled this Amra child. To understand it, you will have to view this video till the end. Now, my Buddhist friends, we all know the story of the Buddha. He was leaving Vaishali with the Sangha. He was leaving Vaishali, and a small child is waiting for him. So the Buddha cuddles the child, and that child is the Amra girl. She gives him the Amra garden, and that is where whenever the Buddha would go to Vaishali, or that's Pidhauli, he would stay in the Amra garden. That's Chak Amra for you. Chak Amra. Check out see, like Amrapali, whenever the Buddha would come and stay in Chak Amra, Amrapali would hear that the Buddha was staying in her garden, in her grove. She would come and pay pay homage to him there. So folks, Chak Amra, check out what Xuan Zang has to say, and then you can see it in satellite pictures, and then you can see the photos of Chak Amra. Now let's see where the Amra girl gave the garden. From this, not far to the north-west is a stupa. Here Buddha for the very last time gazed upon the city of Vaishali. There was Garahiya Chak, which I showed you. Not far to the south of this is a vihara, before which is built a stupa. Now the vihara is your Dularpur Mutt, which you all say is Capala, before which is built a stupa. This is the site of the garden of the Amra girl, which she gave in charity to Buddha. So this is the site of the garden of the Amra girl, which she gave in charity to the Buddha. So folks, let's see it in satellite pictures here. Here you have Dularpur Mutt and Chak Amla, the Amla girl. Basically, according to Buddhist stories, the Amla girl was waiting outside here, outside the walls of Vaishali, and the Buddha, when he came, he cuddled her. That is Dulad. Dulad means to cuddle a child, and then she presented him this Chak Amla, that is the grove which the child presented the Buddha. And proof of that is Chak Mehro, the Buddha. By the side of this garden is a stupa. This is the place where Tathagat announced his death. So by the side of this garden, by the side of Chak Amla, this is the place where Tathagat announced his death. This is the place where Tathagat told Mara when he would die. See, Chak Amla is the garden which the Amla girl gave to the Buddha, and by the side of it is Chak Mehro, where the Buddha told Mara that he would die within 3 months. See, this is Chak Mehro. Mehro is the original name of Mara. Mara is a mispronunciation of Mehro. So, folks, see, this is Chak Amla. Okay,
This is Chak Amla, and see, you see this water body and you see this moat. There is a moat going. See, it goes all the way like that. There. This moat goes all the way and comes up here. And this is Chak Amla. Chak Amla, just next to the moat. This is where the Buddha would reside. I mean, later on would reside, but this is how he got that, thing. This girl was, the Amla girl was waiting outside the gates, outside the moat, folks. This is the moat. I will enlarge it a bit so that you can see. You can see the moat going all the way up. So she was waiting up here, and the Buddha with his Sangha, he comes out of the gate and he sees this child and he starts cuddling her. That is what Dular means, to cuddle a child. So this is where he cuddles the child, and the Amla girl gives him this, thing. And most probably that Amla girl grows up to become Amrapali. So this, this is Dularpur. Dular means to cuddle a child, to love a child, to dispense love to a child. This is Dularpur. So this is just next to the moat, just next to the moat. And folks, they made a preaching hall up here. See, this is the preaching hall, and this is another preaching hall up here. See this structure, it has got no roof. But this won't be so ancient, because through the years it must have collapsed and remade. But I've gone to a lot of places, you don't have preaching halls everywhere. And this one had a preaching hall, and Xuan Zang mentions the preaching hall. So this is Dularpur Mutt. This was later mispronounced as Capala shrine. Dularpur was later badly mispronounced as Capala shrine. So this is and you can see the moat, the water of the moat. See, it's it's an ancient thing, and see the water of the moat takes a turn here, and that is your Chak Amla, which the girl presented to the Buddha. This is the mango girl. Later on, whenever the Buddha would come, he would stay in this grove. So folks, this is your Dularpur Mutt. Understand? And this is where the child presented the grove to the Buddha. That is Chak Amla. And this is on that spot they made this preaching hall, and it is called Dularpur, and the village next to it is called Dularpur. So actually the village is on the stupa itself. The village is on the stupa here. This is the stupa. So this is the spot where the Buddha would have cuddle the child, and they made this preaching hall here. So this is Dularpur Mutt. I will check out the pictures of this place. Now folks, this is your Dularpur Mutt, Dularpur village. That is what you are looking at, is Dularpur village from the fields surrounding the village. This is on the stupa where the Buddha cuddled the little Amra girl who presented him later with the Amra grove, in which the Buddha would stay whenever he would come to Vaishali, or actually Pidhauli. So folks, that is the Dularpur, where the Buddha, and this is within the village. These are the children, these are the descendants of the children of Dularpur. Dularpur, where the Buddha, he cuddled the child who presented him with this Amra grove. And the Buddha had a habit of naming the groves according to the owners, and till today the names are like. Now this is the preaching hall of this Dularpur Mutt, mispronounced as Capala. This is the Capala Shrine's preaching hall, and this gentleman with the spectacle, he is the head priest of Capala Shrine, the preaching hall, that is Dularpur Mutt. Capala is a mispronunciation of Dularpur Mutt. And the water you see behind us is the water of the moat of Vaishali. Water of the moat, and this, Dularpur Mutt is just outside. See, the story is, this is the moat, and Dularpur Mutt is just on the right hand side of the screen outside. That is where the girl was waiting for the Buddha, and from the left hand side the Buddha crossed over to the right. He saw the girl on this spot where this shrine is. This is Dularpur Shrine, mispronounced as the Capala Shrine, folks. And just next, around 1,000 feet away, is your Chak Amla, where the Buddha, here we are standing in Chak Amla, opposite the moat of Dularpur Shrine, folks. So this is your Chak Amla, where the Buddha would stay, and he would, whenever he came to Vaishali, and this is the place from where Amrapali invited the Buddha to have food in her residence, in fact in her park, so which she later donated. This story took place in the Buddha's Mahaparinirvana story. So that this is your preaching hall of Dularpur Mutt, which you all have seen is Capala, and this is the Dularpur village on the stupa. This is Dularpur village on the stupa. That is the exact spot where the Buddha cuddled the girl, and the girl presented him the garden, the grove. So folks, this is your Dularpur Mutt, folks, your elusive Capala Shrine, and folks, it's a Hindu temple today. That is why I think it was because of the conversion of this temple also, there was a rift in which the third convocation took place. So folks, because the story, the head priest of this temple was, exactly similar to the story of the third convocation. And he told me how they had, the story was that they had dragged the shivling from the Ganges with ropes all the way to this shrine. So folks, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it, educative. If you did so, please don't forget to follow, like and subscribe to this page, Buddha Exude, and don't forget to forward this video to your friends and relatives.